Good afternoon. This is Claudia Strange with the Fulton County Library System, and I am here live with Miss Zaki Roshell, who is joining us today to discuss her new book, which is actually being released today. Welcome, Zaki.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
We're so excited to have you here. And it's not often that we get a chance to work with such a young author as well as entrepreneur, someone right here in Georgia that we can also be with on her book launch day. So thank you for joining us.
Of course, thank you.
So I would love for you to talk about to talk to us and to our watchers about the book, most importantly, share the name of the book,
Mhm.
also share kind of what kind of led you to starting the steps to writing this book.
So definitely today I am launching my book, Becoming a CEO of Self-Confidence. And it's been a long journey. I've been working on this book for a year and a half. So to be able to finally share it and see what was once an idea actually tangible and something that I'm able to share with my peers is just very surreal for me. I wanted to write my book because being an entrepreneur and also having my stuff together, I think that a lot of times my peers are like, oh my gosh, how can I do that? Like it almost seems unattainable to them. And I get a lot of questions about how did you start your business and what really was the part that almost held me back from starting my business was my self-confidence, because there are so many opinions, and still being in high school and kind of being the only one who's really doing something like this, kind of like, is this too much? How are people going to take it? And just really feeling uncomfortable about the uncertainty and that whole unknown part of being an entrepreneur and declaring to the world that I am an entrepreneur, that I'm a CEO. And it seems like I said unattainable. And it's almost like, am I too young to even call myself a CEO and to be doing these things? So my confidence definitely held me back from that. And at the time of starting my business, I didn't have a resource that I could go to. It's something that I had to figure out on my own. And I think that now that I have some of my peers that are really interested in what I'm doing, and it's going to seem less intimidating whenever I'm coming off as a friend. Like, I love helping people and I love the people around me to succeed. So I think that I just want to use this tool to get them in the hands of as many young adults and teens as possible so that they are able to reach their full potential. And this book isn't only about what self-confidence is, it's also how it can help them and how they can develop habits and routines. So in the second part, the first part of the book talks about, the barriers of self-confidence and really just educating them on what self-confidence is, what self-confidence isn't, how can you unlock that part of what you're really meant to do and level up and get out of your own way. And the second part is talking about establishing those habits and those routines, such as journaling, which was such a huge part, and staying organized, which was also such a huge part, and discovering their superpower and what it is that once you find out what it is that you want to do, how can I take that and go full force with it? So that was my idea of starting my book.
That's awesome. And I think, you've said a lot of things that I want to talk about a little bit more. I think what I find amazing, I have a young daughter who's, almost 10 years old, but I start to see in her generation and also in your generation, this willingness that I think is so great to share what you've learned, whether your journey has been incredibly challenging or you've had a lot of support and it's been a little more smooth, whatever that journey has been to the success that you're already seeing at such a young age, that you are willing to share it. You'd want your peers to succeed in whatever it is they want to chase. And I think that's something that I think we're seeing more of now. I think, some of that can be due to the rise of social media as the main way of communicating with your peers, being able to support another, whether it's on like YouTube or TikTok or whatever platform it is that you are working in. I think that's another way to really be able to kind of level the playing field between those who have these huge support systems and those who may not have as much support, but also the ability to reach across the world for resources, for input, for support, for help. Talk to me a little bit about kind of how either social media or just in general, how that's playing into your success, if you've had success because of the ability to use social media as a way to meet more people, talk to other entrepreneurs, talk to other young people. How has that been a part of it?
So I think that one thing about social media is that it definitely is a huge tool and a huge resource as far as connecting, like it's a huge network pool. And putting the book aside for a second, with my business and being involved in fashion design and having a clothing brand, I think that the amazing part of social media is that you can find a lot of opportunities through that, and you don't have to, it's a huge resource. So I feel like there's no excuse for this generation to say, I'm unable to do this, I'm unable to do that. You're able to find groups for free. People go live for free sharing advice. People have classes on social media that they can use, even on TikTok. People create videos about how you can do this, life hacks, whether that be with business, how to get your foot in the door. And I think that is just a huge perk of being this generation. That's the good side of social media. Of course, they have its bad sides, but I would say that that is such a huge benefit. I've been able to connect with other entrepreneurs, such as my friends who know other people who are entrepreneurs, and we've been able to connect that way, and also just do interviews such as this that way, being able to find people who are really rooting for you, even though you sometimes, for those who may not have that support within their own family or within their own community, they're able to find people who are doing something, who are invested in them, and they can really meet them on the internet. And I think that just is so cool. And I think a lot of times we take social media for granted when a lot of the opportunities and ways for us to be successful is literally in the palm of our hand. It's just a matter of going for it.
I think it's great. I mean, and I love the idea of finding, we hear every day about all the negative associated with social media. I think there is a lot of positive. I personally love to see the good that comes from things like YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, whatever your favorite platform may be. I think there's just positive in all of it, whether that's Facebook for some of us older folks, whether that's Instagram and the others for some of the younger generation. I think there's something to be said for that ability to really reach people anywhere, wherever they are, and get a different perspective on not only your successful business, but also on what people might need from a book like yours. So getting back to the book, I do want to talk about this exciting promotion that you have for folks today. If you could tell a little bit about the free download promotion and how people can get the book.
So certainly one of my main goals for today was to get the book in as many hands as possible and to really just influence people and be able to provide this resource for people. So for today only, not tomorrow, not the day after, today is the only day that you all will be able to download a free copy of the book. It is an ebook version, and it's no different than this. It's just electronically. You're still going to have all the goods. You're still going to be able to access the journaling part, and you're even able to print certain parts of the book out. So you're able to access that at www.zakiblaque.store, www.zakiblaque.store. It should be the first thing that you see. It'll pop up and it'll show, hey, we have a deal for you all. For today only, you are able to download a copy, an ebook copy for free of charge, courtesy of Zaki Black. And you're able to enjoy it. And I'm just really excited about that. Because again, with it also being my birthday tomorrow, my launch today, I also wanted to give back. It is a season of giving. So I just wanted to have this wonderful opportunity available for everyone who's interested. So definitely go check that out.
That's awesome. And happy birthday, almost happy birthday.
Thank you.
And we'll also have that up on our Facebook and our Instagram for Full Co Library. So please do check out Full Co Library, both on Facebook and on Instagram, as well as at www.fullcolibrary.org, where we will have a copy of this interview, as well as the links to that Zaki mentioned as well. And so, of course, after today, we know people will still want to get their hands on this awesome book. And I think I want to, again, just talk about and mention to our viewers that the book is about a young entrepreneur. And I think it's really geared toward, that younger, teenage age range. But I really think, any age range could benefit from something like this. I think at any age, really, self-confidence is something that can always either be learned, improved upon, or grown. So I think while this is a great opportunity for young people to get this book in their hands today, and by getting this free download, I also want to talk about how folks can purchase it after today, so that if they're not on today, they can still grab a copy for you tomorrow.
So I am so excited to also announce that I was working with my brand manager, Legacy Brand Publishing, and the book is also going to be available online at Barnes & Noble. All you have to do is just type in C.Zaki or Becoming a CEO of Self-Confidence, and it will pop up. It is also available on Amazon for purchase, and you can also purchase a hard copy on my website as well. That same link, www.zakiblaque.store.
Awesome. Well, we'll also make sure that we have the information for you for Barnes & Noble and Amazon. We'll get the links up and make sure that folks are able to grab a copy even after today. And we're so excited that you made some time to talk with the library. I have to ask you one quick last library question before you go. I know you're a busy lady. We don't want to keep you too long today. What is your favorite thing about the library and the last book you read?
The last book I read, because I remember that one, I read A Thousand Splendid Suns. It is so good. It was such a good book. We're also reading that book in class, and I suggest reading that book. It's very heavy, it's very good. And my favorite thing about the library is whenever you find that one good corner in the library and it's just very quiet. And I really just love the calmness of a library. I feel like sometimes going there to study, even if you want to get out of the house, but you still want to change the scenery, but still want to be able to focus. I just love the calmness and just the vibe of a library. Like, it's just so nice. And I just feel like
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Something about productivity in the air that I can just get stuff done.
I know you can almost feel the creative juices flowing when you're in there. And thank you. We appreciate your love of the library, and we'll make sure that we share your favorite last book read. So Zaki, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It
was my pleasure. And I am excited to share all the information that Zaki mentioned here today on our Facebook and our Instagram. Please do check out that info on our social media, as well as on our website, www.fullcolibrary.org. And we wish you much success and celebrate you today. And of course, moving forward, if can ever get you to come visit and do a quick book talk with one of our libraries, I'm sure some of our team groups would love to hear more about the book. So consider that an open invitation to come visit us live in the near future.
Definitely. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks again. And we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right. Thank you so much.